Hey there, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 Rise and Fall in our brand new Swifthawk Lightning War series. So, in the last episode, I didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about what makes Lautaro, I think, a really good candidate for a Swifthawk, or for a Lightning War series, and it's mainly the Swifthawk ability, which is that if a Mapuche unit defeats an enemy unit within the borders of the enemy city, that city loses 20 loyalty. The other reason I wanted to bring this up at the beginning of episode 2 is that in the sidebar, it read 5 loyalty, and that's because when I was pulling that information together, I was using the first look. Now, if you were following the development of the game of Rise and Fall after the Mapuche were announced, they actually mentioned in a live stream that that had been changed to the 20 loyalty mark in order to make that Swifthawk ability have a little bit more of a punch. So that's something that they definitely tweaked. And then, of course, the Mapuche's general ability is that all units trained in cities with an established governor gain 25% more experience in combat, and then 10 combat strength bonus against civilizations that are in a golden age, regardless of whether they're trained in a city with a governor. So that's going to help. That's inspired, of course, by Lautaro's fight against Spain, and they have the Malin Raider and the Kimamul unique improvement, which we are probably going to need to build this episode if we want to avoid a Dark Age as well. So let's see what we can do as we begin here. Also, hang on, YnAMP, now that we're in turn 29, let's take you off of production focus, because, yeah, that's why. Only slows down the shrine a little bit, but it helps you grow a lot faster. I'd rather have that done sooner. And this warrior, I think, yeah, we're going to have them head back towards YnAMP per the plan. 2 turns away from animal husbandry. All right, this scout, let's have you head this direction to uncover this last little corner of land in the southern area of the continent.
If there are no dogs in
Okay,
heaven,
we've got barbarians, I guess.
then when I die, I want to go where they went.
Okay, so now we have access to pastures and camps. And of course, there's 3 different tiles around YnAMP where pastures will be useful. And then camps, not so much, but we can also harvest cattle as well. We don't need to do that, but we have the option. Now, it looks like this number's red, so that means we are at our 10-turn mark. Whenever that number changes color, we know we're at the beginning of the countdown. So we have 10 turns to avoid a Dark Age. Let's see if we can do this. Ooh, several good choices here, but I think I want to go for bronze working first because I want to know where my iron is. I'm not convinced that I won't be fighting early on here, even though I do have a lot of territory to expand into. So let's see. Oh, hello. So this barbarian encampment is pretty close, obviously. Let's also put the scout up there. And I guess what I'll do, since I know what's... Yeah, that's the coastline there. Since now I've effectively scouted that out, I will go ahead and send the scout up that direction towards Auckland. I'm wondering if there's anything north of Auckland, or if that's kind of the end of that peninsula up there. We'll have to see. It looks like there's a lot more room on the map, so there's probably more. This is a fractal map. It's a tiny map, but it is fractal. Let's have the warrior heal for a few turns there. 2 turns away from the shrine, which will help us with our great profits.
Begins with a strong, well-educated workforce.
Okay, so we have unlocked Corvée, which gives us extra production towards ancient and classical wonders, and then the Government Plaza District, and then, of course, conscription as a military policy. Unit maintenance reduced by 1 gold per turn. Now, we are going to be fighting barbarians somewhat soon, so do I still want to have double experience for recon units from exploration, or do I want to do combat strength when fighting barbarians? Let's do the combat strength when fighting barbarians, because I feel like we're going to end up fighting these guys. Let's move you up here. Oh, hey, there's a slinger there. We'll have to deal with them before long. Okay, so we've got our first governor title. Let's go for Early Empire next. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and queue up political philosophy and just go straight 1, 2. So Early Empire will let us close our borders down, as well as appoint an additional governor. So for our first governor, I'm going to go with Magnus, probably. Reina would be interesting because she would... We acquire new tiles and cities faster, which is nice. And we do get more gold per turn and everything, but so I probably might use her for prosperity a little bit later in the series. But Magnus has been a almost universal first governor for me in my Rise and Fall playthroughs. I just like him. I mean, these bonuses are great for initial city growth and initial civ growth because settlers training, not consuming a population, is insanely good. Let's go ahead and appoint Magnus for that reason. We're going to put him in the capital, and that way when this trader is done in YnAMP, then not only is this city growing faster in 5 turns as a result of him being established, well, once he has that ability anyway, which he will when Early Empire's done, because we'll have another title and we can give him that promotion. But the trader we'll then be able to get additional food from that trade route as a consequence of that. When can we buy a builder, by the way? 140 gold. Here's my plan. We need 4 era score. I can get 4 era score by building a Chemo Mole. So if I train a builder here and build a Chemo Mole, I think breathtaking tiles are... Where did I see them last episode? Yeah, here they are. So there's one here and here. I'm going to put the Chemo Mole right there. That'll also give us some additional culture as well. Not the worst thing. So we just need to keep an eye on our gold per turn. As soon as it hits 140, I am going to do that. Okay, so next... Yeah, see, I really want to build... I think I need to go ahead and build another settler for another city. I do want the granary, though. Eventually, I want to put a government plaza and campus here. If I put a government plaza here, a campus will get an additional adjacency bonus in addition to the mountain, so they'll have a +2 campus from that location. And then... Yeah, let's go for a settler for now. Hang on, let me look at my decisions one more time. I do need the granary, but it's growing fast enough on its own. I kind of want that warrior more like over here. Let's keep an eye on that area. Okay, good. So let's move this scout up and away from the barbarian shenanigans. Ah, the slinger still came after me. What a jerk. Okay, we know who the other random civilization is. Not really, but it's an honor to meet you. We would love to sample your hospitality. Oh, so that's one of the city-states that was conquered early on. And it seems like he might even be going for Auckland as well. Let's, I'm not going to spend any gold just yet on a delegation, but it would be nice to have a good relationship with him early on, so we'll see if we can swing that. Let's send the scout up this direction. Again, keep them away from all the fighting for now. 7 turns away from a settler here. We're not quite at 140 gold yet, but we will be in 2 turns. And that's what we need for our builder and that Chemo Mole. Your people are lazy and unworthy. If you can produce nothing, your civilization will soon be forgotten. Yeah, well, dude, I'm not an immortal level AI with an insane production bonus, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up at this point in the game. Shut your face. I'll kick your ass later. I've said many times on the channel, the definition of a pet peeve is something that irrationally frustrates you, even though you know it's irrational, but it still frustrates you regardless. And, I mean, this is a perfect example. I am playing on Immortal. I know what I signed up for, but it still annoys me to no end when they denounce me for something that is because of the bonuses that they have. I can't help it, dude. Shut up. It's so annoying. All right, so, yeah, let's go ahead and buy this builder. And then in 2 turns, it's going to take all of my movement just to move in the next turn there. We'll be able to build a Chemo Mole and avert a Dark Age. I think I might have said avert a Golden Age earlier, but hopefully you knew what I meant. Oh, turn's done cycling already. All right, so let's bring it back down this direction. And I will see if I can get up that direction, if at all possible. Let's move you there. All right, Hanging Gardens has been built by someone.
Of the form, wine of the mind. Look back over the past with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too.
Okay, so now we can lock down our borders, and we have some iron nearby, but we're going to have to send a settler. Probably, yeah, if we put a settler up in this desert area. Let's look at the settler map. Actually, right there, right where I was pointing. That puts it in range of the iron, puts it in range of a couple of nanners, and some elephants as well. Good city to have, and it will help us kind of shore up against Pedro. Pedro won't like us settling there, but he's going to have to deal. Now, next, I do need some archers. Because if I do piss Pedro off, having some archers handy sooner than later would be good, but maybe should I go for another one of these first? Like irrigation? Yeah, let's go for irrigation first. And then here's our Chemo Mole. Boom! Truly, this Chemo Mole represents our civilization's spirit and defines the landscape of our empire. And also we have a nice culture boost per turn from that. Governor title, let's go ahead and promote Magnus, give him the extra growth in his city, and the trade route, which will be done in 1 turn, will benefit from having him there as well. Now, we need to send this unit up to those olives, and hopefully that timing will work out. I think it will. And I might even be able to get up this direction and scout there, so I'm going to try that. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Alright, so we've got a couple of barbarians here that might be trying to mess with us. No, looks like they're trying to mess with the city-state to the north instead, which is not a problem. Alright, so we have avoided a golden age, thankfully. We're going to get up to take care of those olives before long. This trader, I want to go ahead and set up their route. So our knowledge of currency received a boost from that, and now you can build some other stuff faster. I do want to have the monument built, but I think I would rather build... I mean, we need some basic units to help defend, and I think... I don't know. I don't want to go too crazy. We do need a granary, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and get a slinger. I need to remember that I'm playing on Immortal difficulty, and... Okay, good, I can... Game! Why would you do that? Why would you tell me that that's within my movement range and it's one turn away, and then I click and you move in the opposite direction? Why? Oh, that annoys me. Interface just blatantly lying. Okay, sorry, that's speaking of pet peeves, that's something that genuinely frustrates me about Civilization 6's current setup. Alright, so Pedro's willing to give me some extra gold per turn for open borders. I will go ahead and take that. You never know when that might come in handy. That's just 30 more gold, but hey, I'll take it. Alright, so our scout moved in literally the opposite direction that he could have moved. And those archers are a bit of a threat to him. Not right now, but they will be, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. 2 turns away from a settler. Yeah, we need to train a few more military units. One thing that always happens whenever I step up the difficulty that I usually play on is I have to remember, Hadrian, don't neglect your military. The AI will go crazy on you for no good reason in the beginning. You have to be prepared. Okay, I feel like I need to get away from those archers, so I'm going to move way the hell away. And let's post up on this mountaintop for now, because this gives me good visibility of units coming from either direction here. This builder is on the way up, 1 turn away from the settler finishing. So we're going to send them straight up there. Alright, so I think irrigation is going to finish like 1 turn before these builders arrive. Not quite perfect timing, but close enough. YnAMP does have an amenity issue, so that needs to be dealt with. The world has entered the classical era. Excellent. So, let's see. Yep. Oh, wow. That actually happened in 1 turn, as opposed to 2. Okay, so let's make a dedication. It looks like Harold Hardrada is in a golden age. Pedro is in a standard age, and of course Spain we don't know anything about yet, but we know that's Spain. We know it is. Huh. Era score for Eurekas, era score for inspirations, era score for constructing a building that provides science as a base yield, era score for constructing a building from with a great work slot. Era score for each time you construct a new specialty district of any kind. I feel like we might get more from monumentality because we can build a couple of campuses, sure, but then holy sites as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and do monumentality instead. I feel like we might get slightly more from that than we would from the alternative. Okay, so now I do want archery. Let's go ahead and do that so we have access to the Temple of Artemis. Needs to be adjacent to a camp improvement though, and I don't have any campable resources. I have the I have those elephants in my new city that I might be able to exploit, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to the Temple of Artemis in time. So we'll see how that goes. We're 7 turns away from political philosophy. In order to boost that, we need to meet 3 city-states, which we would have done if the Civ 6 AI was not so determined to conquer every single city-state it encountered at high difficulty. Again, at lower, or not at lower difficulties, but once the game has progressed a bit and city-states have established themselves, it's not quite as bad, but it really is ridiculous the extent to which these AI try to conquer. Let's go for a granary in YnAMP, we need it. the extent to which these AI try to conquer other city-states. It's crazy. All right, we're going to send you straight up there. It's going to take 6 turns. That's fine. You're about to grow to size 5. This trader is really helping Pikun Mapu grow quickly. Wish I had another trade slot available sooner than sooner than I'm going to have, but it is what it is. 1600 BC, turn 41. Making progress. All right, the trader has arrived, and it looks like they've turned around. Nope, they haven't quite turned around yet. Great person! Hey, we got a great prophet, Lao Tzu. So Brazil is competing for this great prophet with us, so they're not going to be too pleased that I just got them. Harold Hardrada has a good opinion of us. Let's send a delegation and declare a friendship. Good! All right, so we've got a friendship now with Harold Hardrada. I don't know what we did to earn his good favor, but I'll take it. I'm going to pay a visit to these barbarians with my warrior here. And we're going to found a religion in the next turn. The religion name that I'm going to use is based on what...
It fell to earth.
I'm talking, Sean.
I knew not where.
Is based on what Tomatech is using for the Historical Religions mod. We are not using the Historical Religions mod in this game, but I did notice it in the upgrade notes for Historical Religions, and I want to use that. Let me go ahead and go for Masonry so I can have access to the pyramids. If I can start building those in my new city, I will. And then for our religion, these are... Alright, custom religions start here. I don't know what icon would be appropriate. There's a crab, there's a cow, there's an elephant, there's a lion, there's a... I mean, if there was a bird... I mean, not a peacock. If there's a bird, that'd be cool because of the swift hawk. But there's not. Let's... Is this supposed to be a snake? I don't know if that's... I guess either the snake or the turtle. I don't... This, I guess, would be like... I don't know what that's supposed to symbolize, but yeah, this is kind of generic enough. I don't know if a turtle would be like different from the symbolism that the Mapuche would use, so I'm going to use something that's a little bit more generic. It doesn't have to be a snake. It obviously doesn't have a snake head. It's just kind of a squiggle. So we're going to go with this, and the name will be the Witran Mapu. Jesuit education may purchase. This is what I usually go for. Let's see. We can feed the world. Shrines and temples provide food equal to their intrinsic faith output. Relics have triple yield of both faith and tourism. Work ethic, plus 1% production for each citizen following this religion in the city. So as cities grow faster, that can be up to 20% production bonuses, which is quite nice. Zen meditation. Shrines and temples provide culture equal to their intrinsic faith output. They provide, or may purchase... Yeah, I think I might go for Jesuit education. Or should I go for feed the world? I like the idea of having cities growing faster. Let's actually, yeah. I don't do that one too often. Let's go for Feed the World, to where our shrines actually provide additional food. And then down here, we can pick one of these, or one of these. Defender of the Faith is a good bonus to have playing on this difficulty level. And I might go for it. That would prevent us from getting any of these, though. Holy Order, Itinerant Preachers, Crusade, Missionary Zeal, monastic isolation, Scripture, Burial Grounds, or Religious Colonization. I like Religious Colonization too, that's always nice, but I think I'll go for Defender of the Faith. Just so they have the extra combat strength defending against the AI, because which one of Mapu is the true path of salvation? Please ignore all those other ones. So there's other religions in the world, let's see how many. Yup, that's it. We literally got the last religion. Pedro would have been the last one if not for us, so we beat him to that. Catholicism is run by Spain. Protestantism is run by Norway. Yeah, I can see up here that he doesn't have a religion. So let's kill this warrior off. Hey, be nice. Have a rock to the face. Excellent. All right, so no more amenity issues in Ngulu Mapu for now. And we still have the ability to build... I think we have one more charge, so either the copper or those cattle. I think the cattle. Let's go there.
Sjórþinn varnarlaus, vinnur minn. Árás væri auðveldaverk.
Okay, so he's criticizing me for not having a navy. But it's okay. He's our friend. So he can criticize all he wants. It's not going to change anything. Alright, that archer is still nearby. Let me see if I can try and get up this direction again. And hopefully not get shot at. Okay, more slingers nearby. I don't think they'll be able to fire on me this turn, especially with the Armagh warrior moving in like that. Perfect timing. Good job, guys. Thanks. Alright, we'll be able to settle here. Pedro's not going to like it. Pedro's going to be an unhappy leader. We are about to get political philosophy, so we might be able to take advantage of that. Have some bonuses that help us in combat. Let's found this city. YnAMP has been founded. Ngulumapu, I think I want to go ahead and train. We've got an archer training here. Why don't we train an additional warrior here? Because again, we just pissed Pedro off. And then I do need to go for a monument for the loyalty and culture bonus, but particularly for the loyalty in YnAMP. Now, will you actually let me make the move this time, or are you going to move me closer to those guys? I mean, I kind of want to clear the encampment. You know what? Screw it. Let's do that. Oh, that was satisfying. All right, so I could also go ahead. Tell you what, let's actually attack this guy here. We won't kill him, but I don't think the archer will be able to fire on us this turn because he has to move in the jungle to fire on us. And we might be able to get a promotion from the next combat that we're involved in. Let's have this warrior hang out there for a bit. That way those barbarians are dealt with. Your knowledge of horseback riding has improved. And actually, I think we got some arrow score from that too. Yeah, we did. +2 arrow score, so that's nice. I'm hoping to go for a golden age this turn, but we'll see. Alright, so that scout is dead, and the promotion is available.
A stone, erecting a column, or cutting a piece of stained glass in the construction of something much bigger than ourselves.
Your people celebrate a historic moment. Let's have a look at the timeline here.
A sound motto.
Okay, yeah, so we have access to those governments. Sorry, Sean. Yep, let others say what they will, but the real flourishing of classical era culture began with the rise of political philosophy in Mapuche. Okay, so let's go ahead and give them sentry so you can see through. Good, that archer's actually almost dead. So now I'm pretty confident that if Auckland moves that warrior, I might be able to get up there and actually explore a bit. Please. I'm going to go for sailing because we do have some fish to improve there. Archer's almost done here, warrior's almost done there. Okay, we've got some units. I think I do. Let's go ahead and move this warrior up to YnAMP because, yeah, I'm a little worried that we just pissed Pedro off by settling that city. I've had one too many run-ins with the Civ 6 AI. So let's go for, let's do military tradition first, just to be safe. Let me go for oligarchy. All land, melee, anti-cavalry, and naval melee class units gain +4 combat strength, and the additional unit experience will be handy as well. Alright, so the extra combat strength when fighting barbarians is good. I think I will go for extra production towards basic units. And then the... Well, do I want that, or do I want the... No, that's good. I'll stick with that as it is. And then charismatic leader, we get additional influence points. We got some arrow score for founding that government, and we're now just 4 arrow score away from our next age. I have sent you traders with gifts of rune stones. They are powerful. The stones, not the traders. Your delegation is most welcome. Thanks, Harold. You're a good dude. I like you. Thanks for being a bro. Okay, I do want to get these districts built. We've waited a little bit too long to get some other basics established here. Ancient walls would be nice, but I want to go ahead and get a government plaza down here. We'll eventually have a campus there. I still don't quite understand how... Yeah, earlier in the episode, it was saying that this tile was going to be... This happens frequently in Civ 6. It was saying that this tile was going to be the one that grew next, and then the city has continued to grow, but it grew in different directions, and this tile I still had to buy. Why? I don't know. But anyway, let's move this warrior here to protect that field, and then this warrior needs to come up to YnAMP. Oh, hello! Barbarian Slinger, that's probably going to deal damage to me now. That's kind of annoying. Pikun Mapu, I do want you to have... A spearman would probably be a good idea. Let's train one more. Are you going to lie to me, or can I actually make the move? Nope, you lied to me. You lied to me, you jerk. Why do you keep doing that? Alright, let's move that archer up towards Ngulumapu.
It is not
I feel like
for sure is distasteful to
I
me.
feel like Pedro's about to declare.
Life at sea is better.
Alright, it's turn 49. Let's go through turn 50 for this episode.
Being the only one who knows you're afraid.
Alright. Almost there. Research-wise, let's go for the wheel next, so we have the heavy chariot and watermill. Watermill will help Ngulumapu a bit as well, so I'm looking forward to having that. Go for mysticism next. We'll have the envoy as well as the ability to build the oracle, which might come in handy. Oh yeah, Pedro's totally declaring. Okay, we've got a war with Pedro coming up.
Symbol for a universal one.
Alright, this is the beginning of turn 50. I will go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, we're probably going to be fighting Pedro. There's no question really at this point that that's what's happening. I will move this archer into place. We have Spearman coming into play here, and this warrior is on his way up to YnAMP. We're building a couple of things that'll help with loyalty in the area. I'm not worried about losing the city with loyalty, but I am a little bit worried about losing it by other means. We'll have to defend it as best we can. Maybe get some walls built as soon as possible. These barbarians are going to be a bit of a nuisance because they're probably going to wreck that shrine, and I really don't need the shrine wrecked. But we'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.